Hello, thank you for taking the time to listen to this webinar. Throughout the course of our life, we often engender different kind of circumstances. Some of them are professional, some of them are personal. Others are even within our own families, but they're more related to our own self, spiritual. So there could be changes that we would want to make, things that we would want to ascertain to. In life, obviously, whether it be a professional change or a personal change or a spiritual change, any of these require a constant understanding of who we are and what we want. I'd like to speak with you today about 10 different concepts, 10 different aspects. Let's call it 10 commandments of what you should be looking at working in an office in the most appropriate manner. The first thing that I want to discuss is called choice in life. If you think about it for a second, did you choose to be where you are today? Did you make the conscientious effort to be where you are today? You now are employed. You could be either the employer or the employee, but you are now in a position where your office is currently administering different kind of services, and in this case healthcare services, and you are employed by this office. Did you choose to be there? Was that your decision, or was that something by divine providence that just happened? Well, some might say, no, I looked for a job, I found the place, I applied, I qualified, and I took the job. Well, then that was your decision. Others may say, well, I was guided by divine providence. It just so happened, a succession of events made it that I'm finding myself here today. Either way, however, whether it was your own conscientious effort and choice, or something which divine providence guided you to be there, this is where you are. And I'm going to give you one piece of advice. Wherever you are, be there. Whatever you do, be there. When you spend time with your family, be there. Give them 100% unadulterated attention. When you're at the office, be there. Be there with the serious thoughts in your mind and actions that you want to contribute to everything, and be there. 100% genuine, unadulterated there. By being there, meaning you've made a conscientious effort and the choice of your own to make a difference where you are. So be there. And I tell you, it's interesting. I have children and grandchildren, thank God. But I want you to know that when my kids come to me, and I have 7 children, not 1, 7, and I have, thank God, many grandchildren. But I remember when my kids were young, and they would come to me and they would say, can I speak with you? And I would say, absolutely, let's find the time. They would say, can I speak to you now? I would look at my timing and see, is this the best time? Because I want to make sure I give you undivided attention. I don't want to be on the phone. I don't want to answer any other questions. I don't want to be in the middle of eating. And I don't want to be in the middle of doing any other activity. I want to be there for you. And sometimes my son or daughter would say, well, it's just a simple question. I would say, okay, fine. Even if it's a simple question, I want to be there. I want to answer that question. I want to look at you. And so what I do is we would find a time and we'd sit down and we would talk. Sometimes it could be a 5-minute conversation. Sometimes it could be 15, 20 minutes. Teenagers have issues. Older children have different issues. Whatever it is. Same thing I did with my spouse. Same thing I do with my staff. They have an issue. Say, please sit down. Come, tell me. Talk to me. Tell me what I can do. Tell me what could be there. Choices in life that we make is whether or not we want to be there. What is not a choice, however, at all, however, at any given time, is whether or not you must be there fully. That's not good. If you're not there, you're not really benefiting from the day. You're not benefiting from life. And you're not benefiting around anyone around you. Alright, so that's number 1. Choices that we have in life. Number 2. What is the difference between a vision and a mission? A vision is something that you can see far. A vision is something that you can exemplify, but in the future. A mission is something which I have to do, but I work on it every single minute of the day, every single day of the year. every single week, every single month. I don't stop. My mission is to do something which is greater than me. My vision is something which is dreamed, above and beyond me. If I dream it, I can envision it. When the people came from the East Coast to the West Coast years ago, in the discovery of the West Coast in the United States of America, these people knew, the early pilgrims knew already what was in the West Coast. They could see it, they could feel it, they could understand it, they could almost taste it. They knew it was there. They had a vision. And with that vision, every single day in and day out, they marched. They continued on their way until they got there. That's a vision. A mission is what you do on a day-to-day basis. So one of the things is to have an affirmation. Every single day you have an affirmation as to what you need to do. But affirmation is not good enough, because affirmation is only a concept in your mind. What you need is the action behind the affirmation. And that's what it is. And you now have to make a decision. If my vision is to be here, and my vision in life is to be right here, right now, at this time, is it the same as my colleagues? Is it the same as the owner of this clinic? Is it in the same direction? And that's so important, because if you're not working in that same direction, and your vision is different than the office vision, then your mission will not be accomplished. Number 3 on our list is the difference between a leader and a follower. Often we want to think of ourselves as being leader. You see, a leader is someone who chooses to do things above and beyond the average call. A leader is someone that wants to do just above and beyond. That's what it is. Everybody else does the minimum, does the average. Above average is a leader. And you have to ask yourself, are you a leader or a follower? There's nothing wrong with being either. You can be a leader if you have the qualities. If not, you can learn the qualities. You learn the skills. You'll have to work on yourself. You'll have to develop the skills. You'll have to be taught those skills possibly. But you can become a leader. And if you are a follower, how good of a follower are you? Are you a follower with compassion and kindness and patience? Are you a follower who listens and gives? Or are you a follower who demands to become the leader? Are you a leader that accepts responsibility? And are you a leader that recognizes the strength and the weaknesses of others? Make the decision who you are. And whoever you are, be the best that you can be. And more than that, be all that you can be. Because being the best that you can be, that could be for a day. Be all that you can be, that should be every day of your life. And that again is something you should do as a worker in your professional life, as a colleague in your environment, at home as a spouse, as a father, a mother, as a brother, as a sister, sibling to your family, and any members, that the people that you know, and as a human being in our society. You need to contribute to the world. 2 things, it says, psychologists have discovered that make our lives happy, or, God forbid, unhappy. One is the progress that we do on a daily basis. The things that we accomplish make us happy, or the opposite. 2 is love. Loving of a family, loving of God, loving of members around us. Just loving. Those 2 things are 2 important concepts that we have to continuously look forward to. And so decide at the very beginning, are you a leader or a follower? And don't think that one is better than the other. Don't even think that one is more important than the other. No, both are necessary. You have an army, you have a general, and you have soldiers. The general would be nobody unless they had soldiers behind them. And the soldiers would not be anywhere and would not have any strength unless they had a leader. So decide who you are, but whoever you are, make the best of it. And not just the best that you can be, but all that you can be. Number 4 is the difference between an asset and a liability. An asset is something you have that belongs to you and that is worth of value. A liability is something that may cost you and that you may have to pay for That's the difference. So for instance, I have a car and I'm driving that car. That's an asset to me, something that serves a purpose for me, that has a value. A liability is the fact that I practice as a doctor, and if I were to see a patient, even though I have a license to practice, I may make a mistake, and that's a liability against me. You have to decide on a day-to-day basis in your professional life, are you an asset to the practice or are you a liability to the practice? Are you bringing to the practice, to your colleagues, to everyone around you, to your clinic, greatness and goodness and help and assistance to everyone? Or are you bringing more headaches and challenges and problems? And the lack of solution can be, to say the least, detrimental, devastating to a clinic. But the ability to help others be greater than they are, be at any given time there for them when they need you, the ability to inspire others to do more than they can, that is unique. We call that a gift. And you know why it's a gift? It's a gift because if you can help others see themselves better than they are, and you can see yourself greater than you are, can you imagine what we can accomplish? Not just in your office, not just in your home, but in this beautiful world of ours. We've been blessed, thank God, in this gorgeous, absolutely amazing country called the United States of America. This country has been blessed with greatness, goodness, and the ability to help so many throughout the world. As an American, you have to make the decision. Are you an asset or a liability to the country? As the saying went, is it something that I can do for you or something that you can do for the country? What is it? Which one would you like to be? Number 5 on our list is the adaptation to changes. Are you a person that can actually come into a situation and realize that in this case, a change has to be made? You know, it's interesting with the advent of technology in the last few years, and I would call that the outburst, the growth, exponential growth, and the changes that we've seen in technology. You always have to ask yourself, can I adapt to this change? Now, many people say, I'm not taking an iPad. I don't know how to do it. Others would come in and say, I cannot use email for everything. I just want to keep on selling anything that I do over the phone. I want to go door to door. You have the mother that says, don't text me. I don't know how to use text. Technology changes. The world changes. We change. Everyone changes. Can you adapt to the changes? For those of you that have children, you know that at one point in time, it was just good enough to let them run around the yard or let them play. You gave them a little toy, and they just sat there for hours just playing with that toy. And as they grow up, you realize that the toy isn't good enough anymore. They now want to go with their friends. They want to experience the world. You have to adapt to the changes, and you have to work with them in finding out what is it that will help them grow and be the greatest person that they can be. Be all that they can be. Alright, next point on our list, number 6, is about being prepared, being organized. It's so important to be prepared and to know what you are doing on your day. That if you're not prepared, if you're not organized, you could see the day go by and look around and say, what happened? What really happened? And you have some people that are this way. You have the person that comes to an event and at the end of the event said, I don't know what happened. I didn't see anything. Others that come to the event and say, I saw what happened, I just didn't get it. And you have others that will come out of that event and say, I was there. I saw it. I experienced it. It was amazing. To do that, you have to be prepared. You have to know what you're doing. So every single day, you have to ask yourself, what is my task today? If you know all your duties of what you're responsible for, what are my daily tasks? What am I supposed to do today? And look and see, am I doing it properly on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and on a monthly basis? That is so important to know what your duties are and transfer those duties into tasks. Once the task becomes something that you're doing, you can then accomplish that task and feel proud of what you're doing. It feels so good at the end of the day when you can say, I did it. I finished it. I am so happy. I had 3 projects and I finished them all. You know, I have on my desk every single day, I have a pad and it says, today will be an awesome day. Today will be the greatest day. And in the back of it, which I flip at the end of the day, it says, today was the greatest day. Tomorrow will be even better. And so every single day when I come to the office, I read the front of it, and at the end of the day, I flip it, and I read the end of it. Yesterday was a phenomenal day in my life. I want you to know it was the greatest day. But today will be even better. And so when I come into the office every single day, I know that. But remember, affirmation without action is delusion. It won't serve any purpose. It'll make you feel good, but it won't get anything done. So you have to be prepared so that this preparation gets you to where you need to be. And that's what it takes to get you successful. So you have planning and organizing. Planning means knowing what my tasks are. Organizing means setting them into motion and prioritizing which one should I do now, which one should I do later. And if you do it over a period of time, you'll get used to it and you'll see how much you'll be accomplishing. Number 7 on our list is discipline. Now that is a very touchy subject for many people. I know I've got to lose weight. I'm 50 pounds overweight, but I can't do it. I know I'm not a good reader, and I need to read some more, but I can't do it. I know I'm a person that's so continuously negative, and I'm working on myself, but I can't do it. It takes discipline. A, to know who you are. B, to think that you are that person. C, to express it. And D, to make the change. So it takes a thought, a speech, and an action. If you think you know who you are, and you say it, you now have to make the change. That's what discipline is all about. Recognizing who you are, accepting it, making that change. Discipline is the step that takes you from the start to the finish. I begin over here, I end over here. And I will do it. In what we spoke about earlier, being prepared, that's the planning and organizing. That's what discipline is all about. The discipline of getting to know that the day will end with the actions which are started. Now you may not finish them all the day. You may not finish them every day, and you may not finish them on a continuous basis. But if you start, and you put an end to it, and you see the end of it, you'll be so pleased. You'll be so proud of yourself. And you'll organize yourself better, and you'll plan for the next day better. So if you find that at the end of the day, you tried, but you didn't finish it. Okay, so let's see. Could be that you didn't work as a team. Could be that you didn't work with the people around you. Could be that you didn't know what you were doing. Could be that you did not ask the right question. It could be that you paid too much attention to things which were not as important. It could be that you need to refocus yourself. Whatever it is, are you the person that can start something and end it? So make yourself a list of all the deeds that you have today and see if you can accomplish them. And if you can, and you do, that's a good day. It's a great day. See, none of us know if we're going to wake up the next morning. We do know, however, that we're here right now. And here and now is what matters. There's nothing else that matters. The past is gone. The future, we hope. But the present is real. And that's why it's called the present. Because it's a gift that God gives us. Each and every one of us. Every second, every minute, every hour of every day is a precious gift that we have. Number 8 on our list is working as a team. And for this I want to give you 2 words that I need you to remember. One is the word impress, and the other one is the word express. What is the difference between impress and express? Think of it when you speak to someone you love, a spouse, a child, a sibling, a parent, a grandparent. Do you try to impress them or do you try to express your feelings? You see, if you try to impress them, you're creating a valley. You're creating a deep hole. And it's going to be very difficult to communicate. If you try to express yourself, you're creating a bridge. And no matter how deep the valley is between the both of you, you can communicate. Because now, you're not trying to impress them, you're expressing. So when you speak to a colleague in your office, are you trying to help them and see the best in them and promote that? Isn't that what we do with our children? You see a 2-year-old and he tries to get up after he's fallen 3-4 times off of his little bicycle that you just bought him. And he falls and he falls and he falls. What do you say? You can do it, John. Try it again. I'm sure you can do it. You try it again. You do the same thing with your spouse when they mess up? Or do you condone, or do you express or impress your visions? You do the same thing with your children when they're older. You focus on the negative of what they do and say, I can't believe you messed up. I don't understand that. I mean, here you are a student. You have a roof over your head. You have food on the table. Everything is provided for you. Your dad even bought you a new car. And you got a C- in algebra? Now, why would you do that? Why would anybody try to stump onto someone else? You know why? Because you're trying to impress them, creating a valley. That doesn't help. But if you were to say to them, gosh, you have such an ability. I believe in you. You can do so much. There's so many things that you can accomplish. That C- is not you. I know that. You know that. Oh, goodness gracious. I can't wait for the next grade because you deserve an A+. And I know you can do that. I am so impressed. Since you were a little child, I knew that you could be the best. And I know that you have so much to give, so much to do, so much to share. I know you could do that. I can't wait for that. Let's not think about that C. That's nothing. It's just a C. It's just a letter. It's a letter in the alphabet. There are many more beautiful things. And I know you're going to do good. Let's go out to lunch. See, now a child can look at this and say, wow, I brought a C-, and this is how my dad is reacting? Absolutely. Absolutely. This is not the time to take down the child. This isn't the time to press upon the child. They already feel bad for getting the C-. And if they didn't try, it's not because they didn't want to, because they weren't motivated. You know why they're not motivated? Because you, the parent, didn't motivate them. Take responsibility for those things. That's what it means to be a leader. Same thing at the office. If you see an employee is not doing very good or a mistake was made, help them out. Help them with their burden. Don't let that burden be theirs. If you see that the phone is ringing and patients are walking in and things are being late, help out. You're right, it may not be your job, but help out. Be part of the team. Be part of the one that expresses the situation. Without creating a valley, but creating a bridge with everybody. And be there. Be there among everyone. Work as a team. That's what the team does. We all work together. And the team makes it known that I am with you and you're with me. And if for whatever reason, and we're both in that boat rowing and rowing and rowing, and you get tired, you know what? Rest for a moment. And I'll row twice as hard for you. Because I know that when you come back, you'll row for me as well. Alright. Number 9. There's a question as to whether or not you, as one of the persons in the practice, regardless of your position, whether you're a doctor or the owner or the office manager or office assistant or back office or the nurse practitioner, whatever your position is, How can you help the practice grow? The practice growth is such an important concept. What have you done lately to help the practice grow? Have you spoken to people? Have you shared your information with others? Have you made it so that in the practice on a day-to-day basis, you looked for ways to let more and more patients know what you do? My recommendation has always been that if one patient comes into the practice, they will tell 3 people about your practice. If what you've done to them is so beneficial, they will be grateful enough and they'll tell 3 people. So every new patient should bring you 3 patients. So if you have 5 new patients this week, you should have 15 new patients being referred from these 5 in the next few weeks. Pretty amazing. You know what? You accomplish that and you will know for a fact that the work that you're doing is the all that you can be. Not just the best, all that you can be. And you can do that. You can do that because if you believe in yourself, others will believe in you. Alright. Number 10 on our list is the golden bracelet. Let me tell you about a golden bracelet. You see, I don't wear a bracelet. But if you were to wear a bracelet, and think of the bracelet as being links, linked to one another, and each and every one of them has a pearl, a precious pearl, an expensive, irreplaceable, stunning, beautiful pearl on each link. What would you want that clasp to be on this bracelet? Very secure. You would want to make sure that it's so secure that it doesn't open. So you're going to have not only a secured clasp, you're also going to make sure that it has possibly a secondary secured clasp on top of it to make sure that it doesn't go away. To make sure that you don't lose it. To make sure that it stays on your hand. Now, interestingly enough, could you say that one of those links is more important than the other? No. Because if one link is weak and opens up slightly or not as strong as the other link, the whole bracelet could fall apart. So you see, in a chain of a link, each link is as important as the other. And it doesn't matter if one of the link does not even have a diamond on it or a pearl and is not even gold. It's just a clasp or a link that links to the other. It has to be strong. It has to be holding. A weak link will make the whole bracelet go away. You have to ask yourself, in this office, are you a strong link or a weak link? Are you one that puts things together and helps everyone unite the forces or not? Are you the one that contributes to the growth of the practice and brings to the office greatness and goodness and enterprise and uniqueness? Or are you one that takes the challenge and cannot make it real? Those are so important for you to be all that you can be. So to resume, 10 things we discussed. The choices in life, the vision in your life, the difference between a leader and a follower. Are you an asset or a liability? The adaptation to changes, being prepared, discipline, what does it mean? The work as a team, how can you help your practice grow? And the story of the golden bracelet. 10 very important concepts to discuss, continuously pay attention to, and know for a fact that they matter. You know why? Because you matter. And things can be done in such a beautiful way. People can do remarkable things. You know why? Because they are remarkable human beings. And you're a remarkable human being. God, in His infinite wisdom and infinite kindness, limitless, has given to each and every human being the ability to exercise the full potential that we have. And you have that in you. You have that godly spark that can make you do things above and beyond imagination. And that can take you to the highest level. in a successful way on a professional, familial, personal, and spiritual way. At any given day, you have that ability. It's in your hands. It's in your keys. So make it happen. Make it happen because you deserve it. Make it happen because it's our mission in life to make this world a better place. So God can look at us and say, these creations of mine have outdone me, and they've really done great things. And I'm looking forward to a beautiful day. And then God blesses us with more and more days on a continuous basis. And more life and more good things. At home, at work, in our personal being, wherever we are. To be proud of your action. And to be able to say, this was a great day, and tomorrow will be even better. Be the change that you want to see in the world. God bless you, and may you succeed and grow from strength to strength in everything that you do. Thank you for taking the time.